Eric Bischoff made a shocking debut at AEW tonight. What a way that he came out, guys. If this was any rumor that had been posted on Wrestling Inc. or Wrestling News or some type of website, I did not see this coming. Out of all the debuts that we've seen in AEW from Matt Cardona, which was rumored that he was either going to AEW or Impact, from Matt Hardy, who we knew was heading to AEW, and even FTR and Brody Lee. This was the most unexpected debut that I ever seen. I did not see this coming. For Eric Bischoff to be the moderator between Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho's debate, in which for the first time we got to see Orange Cassidy speak in AEW. What a way for him to come out after 20 years. This is the man who led the Monday Night Wars when back when WCW was battling with WWF. Just to think that he is back on TNT after 20 years, since 2000 was the last time he was in TNT. At one point, him and Tony Giovanni, I believe, were commentating together in WCW. I was not actually born during the time that WCW was hot, but I have done my history. In 2000, I was born by then, but I have done my history. I have looked at things. I do know the background and that Eric Bischoff left in WCW, and to see that now he is back on TNT and has made his debut in AEW. What a way he did it, guys. This was very unexpected in my book, and he was a perfect pick for this moderation to actually be the judge between Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho, which was a very heated debate, and it was really nailed perfectly as we got to see Orange Cassidy, like I said, speak powerful at that for the first time. Of course, he was ended up getting ambushed by Jack Hager and Chris Jericho afterwards to promote the fact that we got to see Orange Cassidy show his intelligence in the way that he did with the question about global warming. And to see Chris Jericho's face was priceless. And then to go from there, and for him to actually stop Chris Jericho within Eric Bischoff's last question, and to hit a fire in his promo regarding him beating Chris Jericho and embarrassing Chris Jericho next week as they face off in a rematch from Fighter Fest. Yeah, from Fighter Fest. I had to think for a second. I believe I was thinking, was it a Fight for the Fallen? It was Fighter Fest. It was Fighter Fest Night 2 in the main event. Chris Jericho won the match. And I'm ready for this, Definitely, I see this match. Definitely ready for this match, this rematch that they're going to put up. And this was a great way to have Eric Bischoff come. Now, the question is this going to be a one off? I don't know if Eric Bischoff actually signed a contract with AEW, because sometimes, just like last year when we saw Bret Hart actually introduced the championship, the AEW championship last year. I believe it was at Double or Nothing last year. He came out, introduced the championship, but we haven't really seen him on AEW since. So maybe this could be a one-off. Maybe he could just be on AEW tonight, and then maybe we might not see him again, or maybe he actually did sign a contract. I'm not sure. Some of you guys probably know better than me. But if he did, this would be really interesting, because you got him, Chris Jericho, Tony Giovanni, all the guys, all the originators in WCW back in the mid 90s prior to Chris Jericho eventually going to WWF in 1999. But, he spent a good part of the mid 90s in WCW after ECW. And the fact to see all three of these guys in the same show, in the same platform, is just absolutely incredible. I mean, my God, this was very unexpected. Like I said, guys, maybe this was rumored, maybe this was said somewhere, but I did not see this coming, especially for him to come out as the moderator for Chris Jericho and Orange Cassidy's debate, in which I thought was very entertaining. I thought it was amazing. I thought they, I thought they made Both guys look good here, of course. Chris Jericho, as always, and Orange Cassidy, like I said, lit a fire in him to see him come out and say the things that he said. What a shocking um, debut that we saw here. Like I said, I'm just interested to see how they're going to go with this. If this is a one-off appearance, if he's going to be on AEW more. We've seen some more stars. We've seen some actual wrestlers who, they come up to AEW like Eddie Kingston and I forget the other guy's name from NWA who actually signed contracts with AEW. So maybe this is the sign to come that maybe he actually did sign a contract with AEW and he's going to be on AEW every so often. Maybe obviously I don't see him being on there every week, but maybe every so often. But this is definitely a surprise, especially when just last year he was actually supposed to be one of the head creators of Raw, no, of SmackDown, why Paul Heyman was supposed to be the head creator of Raw, and the fact that now he's actually appearing on AEW as a moderator. I mean, it was fantastic. I mean, definitely unexpected. You could see it in Tony Giovanni could barely even concentrate on the debate itself, and he was still in shock just to see Eric Bischoff after 20 years appearing on TNT and making his debut on AEW, the same channel WCW was aired on TNT. I know this was a lot of nostalgia for the people back then who tuned into WCW, who was huge WCW fans from start to finish, from the time they started all the way to their demise in 2001. I know this was a huge reaction for those people around that age bracket who've seen this, who saw Eric Bischoff come out. I could just imagine how they felt seeing him come out. I mean, I didn't even grow up in that age bracket by the time he left WCW in 2000. I was just a baby by then. But, again, I've done my history. I know the background that he left in WCW, and, the fact to see him in AEW and the TNT channel, because, of course, this is where AEW's hair, the TNT channel, to see him back, man, it was incredible. It was definitely a good way to see him. I'm glad to see him. And again, I just really want to see what they do with him for here. This will be interesting to see if he decides to make some more appearances in AEW. And I can see that happening. I can see him making more appearances, but that remains to be seen. We'll have to see what happens, but this is definitely going to be something else, man. I mean, my God, what a way for Eric Bischoff to come out and yet another, a really good debate we saw between these two guys. And like I said, he did his part in this. And the best part at the end, the fact that he ruled Orange Cassidy as the winner because of his knowledge on global warming, and for Chris Jericho to say he never liked it for 22 years, and for Eric Bischoff to say it's been 24, but I know exactly how you feel. It was just amazing. It was good to see it. I'm really invested to see what they do with him from here. And man, what a way for Eric Bischoff to just come out and just make a gigantic debut. I mean, we've seen so many debuts week after week, almost every other couple of weeks. We've seen some crazy debuts in AEW, but most of them you kind of knew it was going to happen eventually. But in this case, I did not see this coming. Again, some people may have seen it coming, but I did not see this coming at all. I definitely did not see Eric Bischoff coming out there. I didn't know who to expect, but to see him coming out, the same man who 20 years ago was in the TNT Network and WCW was on that channel, to see him come out, I mean, it's surprising. It's really surprising to see that, and man, well, what a way for him to come out! What a way for him to make a debut! And I can't wait to see if he'll make any more appearances. Even if he doesn't, I mean, just the presence of him being there. Because again, we saw the same thing with Bret Hart last year at AEW Double or Nothing. The first one, he came out actually unveiling the AEW Championship at the time. Um, so he even if he doesn't stay, or if this is just a one-off, I mean, either way, I'm just really interested to see this, how far he goes. And definitely, this was just, I think the last time I saw Eric Bischoff was actually last year at the Raw reunion. That was probably the last time I'd seen him. I don't recall seeing him any other time after that. So to see him here in AEW in this manner was just, really shocking. And again, he definitely did his part as the moderator in this whole thing, debate that I thought was, well executed. So that's all I was going to talk about here, guys. Set up with this to flex. Man, what a time it is to be a wrestling fan. All the promotions I like comment and subscribe.